Good morning. Welcome back. Again, you're here with Libby, and we're going to see who tunes in today. I bet Lacey does. There's Allison. Good morning, Allison. So today it's going to be a pretty fun WOD. It's actually one of our benchmark WODs that we have that's typically done in CrossFit. It's called DT. And it's kind of a version of it. So DT is just part of what we're doing today. We're adding on to it just a little bit, tweaking it some. So if you haven't done DT, no worries. If you have done it, just know it's going to change just a little bit. But anyway, we're going to be incorporating bar work or dumbbells. So you're going to need a set of dumbbells. And if you have a heavier set today, you're probably going to want to use them. If not, just get whatever you have, and you can always adjust the rep scheme, maybe go a little bit, a few more reps if it's not heavy enough. Or again, if you don't have weights or not heavy enough weights, go buy yourself a couple jugs of water, and that will be a good alternative. Or get that heavy backpack. You can use that backpack in this and fill water bottles inside it. Good morning, Lacey. Okay, so you're going to need your weights. Again, we're doing deadlifts today, and deadlifts, you can usually lift a lot of weight. So we're not going super, super heavy, but I do want it to be challenging you. So if you have heavier weights, let's use them. Then we're going to need your jump rope. We are going to be throwing in some jumping in here. If you don't have a jump rope or you don't want a jump rope, you can always sub it for a run or sub burpees in its place. Let's see, I think that's all we're going to need. Possibly might need a chair if you, actually probably a chair too, just for the strength portion. I'm going to be doing some deadlifts for strength today, and I know you're not going to have the weights that I have, so I'm going to modify the movement for you so you're still getting that same muscle group worked, but it's going to be different movement, and so grab a chair. All right. So let's get into our warm-up, and then we'll kind of go into everything else. So for warm-up today, let's see. The first part, you're not going to need any equipment. The second part, just grab some lightweight dumbbells. I'm going to grab my bar. So we're going to do 4 rounds. Oh, sorry, you do need a jump rope. Get your jump rope out. If you don't have your jump rope, you're just going to do jumping jacks instead. But I figure since we are having jump ropes in the WOD, let's use them and I'll warm up a little bit. So you're just going to do 20 double unders, or practice maybe 10 of them. If you trip up, that's fine. Go ahead and count it. Or you're going to do 40 single unders, or just jump in place 40 times, or jump higher 20 times. So just give me 20 double unders, or one of the versions otherwise. All right. All right, so put that aside. We've got butt kickers next. So hands behind your butt. You're going to get the heel to your butt. So when you've done 10 on each side, you can stop. Now 5 burpees, chest to floor. You can modify it by just going to high plank. Jump or step your feet back. All right, now go ahead and give me another 2 more sets of that. So go back to your double unders. And go. All right, back to those butt kickers. 10 on each side. 5 burpees. All right, go do that one more time. I gotta go check on something. I'll be right back. Keep going. All right, almost there. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so, okay. All right, so, let's see. Has anyone else joined us? Yes, there's Laura. Okay, so hopefully y'all finished all that workout. So now we're gonna have you grab your weights and let's get set up. Okay, 2 dumbbells. I'm gonna grab my bar. And I'm just gonna keep it empty for now. So this is a 35-pound bar, but just grab some lightweight dumbbells. We're gonna go over the movements we're doing today, still warming up to it. So starting with your deadlift. You're just gonna do 9 of these, and we're gonna do 2 rounds, but we're gonna do 9. So if you have dumbbells, let me grab some dumbbells and show you what it would look like for you. Okay, so if you have dumbbells, you're gonna keep the dumbbells close to your side, and you're gonna be on the side of your legs. Where I'm on my barbell is gonna be in front of my legs. So keep the dumbbells close to your side. You're gonna push your hips back, slight knee bend, keep the hips up above the knees. Think the dumbbells are on your shins. You don't wanna go all the way to the floor. So keep that chest lifted, so shoulders above your hips and hips above those knees. And then you're gonna stand. Good, right here. You're doing 9. Then we're gonna do 6 hang power cleans. Keeping your feet still hip distance apart. You're going to give me a slight knee bend. Bring the bar or your dumbbells down so it's just above the knees. And you're going to jump them up onto the shoulders and stand. Just above the knees. Jump it above the shoulder and stand. So you'll do 6. And then lastly, once you get it up here on your 6-1, widen your stance so your feet are about shoulder width apart, your normal squat stance. Keep the elbows lifted, and you're going to give me 3 front squats. Getting all the way down and all the way up, that full range of motion. Keep the weight in your heels, lift your chest. All right, so we're going to do 2 rounds. Starting with those 9 deadlifts. All right, feet are about hip width apart. Go to mid-shin. Stand it back up. Squeeze your glutes at the top, fully opening your hips. Now, if you're using a really light set, you're going to be keeping your legs a little straighter if it's really lightweight. Right here. You're going to feel it more in the hamstrings and the lower back versus feeling it more in the glutes here. All right, give me those 6 hang power cleans. Stop above the knee, elbows up, and stand. Think about jumping those dumbbells up. And last one, lift those elbows and give me 3 front squats. All right, repeat it one more time. 9 deadlifts. Again, if your weight is really light for you, keep those legs a little straighter. Keep those dumbbells close to the body and keep your hips higher. You're going to be working some different muscle groups, but that's okay. And 6 hang power cleans. Widen the stance, and 3 front squats. And put the bar down. Nice job. All right, so for my strength today, I'm going to be adding weight, and I'm going to do 3 sets. In each set, I'm going to do 6 reps of a deadlift, and I'm going to get heavier each time. So I'm going to use maybe a couple more rounds just warming up, adding weight, warming up. Then I'm going to count my sets. So again, 3 sets, getting a little heavier each time. Again, you don't have these heavy weights, so get as heavy as a dumbbell as you have. And again, right here, your hips are going to stay higher if your dumbbell's lighter, and maybe do more reps. You're going to do maybe 15, 3 sets of 15 if it's lighter weight. Otherwise, we can also switch the movement out completely and just do box step-ups, holding a weight. Again, you're going to do like 10 on one side, switch and do 10 on the other side, where you're stepping up onto the box, using that leg, that working leg, step up and down, nice and controlled, so all the weight is shifted onto that standing leg. You're going to be working the glute and the hamstrings if you're stepping onto that box and focusing on that boxed leg. Again, with or without weight. So let's go ahead, put some weight on your bar, or not your bar, but grab your dumbbells, and we're gonna go. Let's see. So again, I'm just warming up. So if you have different sets of weights of your dumbbells, maybe do a couple more warm-up sets with light and moderate weight, and your heaviest weight, you'll do your 3 sets with that one. And the reason why I tell you just to go mid-shin, because that's about where my bar will allow me to go when I have weight on the end. You don't want to go all the way to the ground. All right, we'll just take no more than 10 minutes to do this. So there's lots of different exercises that you can do to strengthen your glutes, and that's what we're trying to strengthen right here. If you don't have a bar. Again, your box step-ups are a really good alternative, and I'll show you others later on. But we've done those before, so you're familiar with them. That's where you need your chair if you're doing that version instead. All right, this next round, I'll have it be my first one that I count. Let's see. I haven't done these in a while, so I'm not going to go too heavy today. That's this, 1 of 5. I'm just going to start with 125. Get my clips. $125, yeah. All right. So take whatever breaks you need in between. And again, if you're going lighter weight, go higher reps if you don't have heavier weight. You know, like maybe 3 sets of 15, 3 sets of 20, you know, whatever. It gets to the point where your muscles feel like they're really starting to work. Because you don't have to have heavy weight. You can always switch reps for weight. All right, first round, first set is done. I'm going to add a little more weight. So that was 125. Let's see if I have these. 31, 55, right? 125 plus 30, 155. 155, I think. I tell you, math gets hard when you're working out. I always have my calculator close by. Another thing you can do in place of getting a bar, if I can get this down. Is to get some bands like this. These are pull-up bands. So these actually, if you can't do a strict pull-up on the pull-up bar, they actually make it so you have less resistance. So it can help you get your chin over the bar. However, you can use it in other ways as well. But here you're going to take it, hold it up to your chin. You're going to come down and then up. So here, again, right here, it's that same thing. This is where you get that work, at the top of using the band. So if you have a band, you can sub this as well. All right, going back for my 6 at 155. on each side. I'll go 175. So as you're doing these deadlifts, it's key, make sure you're keeping your abs pulled in, your belly in. So suck it in. Actually, more than sucking it in, it's like it's brace for impact, right? If someone's gonna punch you in the gut, that's what you're doing. You're pulling your belly in and getting that rib to hips. So you're protecting your spine as you're lifting. And of course, again, lifting your chest, shoulders back and down. Don't let your back round, especially as you're getting heavy. Your back's gonna want to do that. So you have to keep that chest lifted so the back stays nice and flat. If you're rounding like this, that's a recipe for disaster for your back. So keep the belly in, lift the chest. All right, let me get a little chalk here. All right, last 6 at 175. That's heavy. You haven't done these for a while. So if you have done weights in the past, you know, and you haven't done them for a while because of COVID or whatever, build up to it slowly. You don't have to like jump right in full throttle. All right, so I'm going to change out my weights. I'm using this bar for the WOD. If you stick with your dumbbells, I'm going to take some weight off. Let's see, I think I'm going to keep it at 65 pounds today. Because those front squats are going to kill me. So, depending on what your weakest movement is, that's the one you're really going to cater to. Here, in this workout, it's probably going to be this front squat. Those deadlifts are going to be pretty easy with the weight you're using. It's more about staying nice and controlled, nice and steady. And your same thing with your hang power cleans. And those front squats, it should be a little more challenging. Let's see. But I'll show you what our workout is in just a sec. All right, let me show you. So DT is really the 3 top movements in here for 5 rounds. You don't normally have the double unders in it. However, the last movement we've changed. It's normally 12 deadlifts, 9 hang power cleans, and 6 push presses or push jerks. And you do that for 5 rounds as quickly as possible. So here, to make it a little more cardio, I am adding in some double unders. I'm also going to be changing, again, those push press, I'm changing them to front squats. So I call it jumping DT-ish. All right, so we've gone over those 3 movements, your dumbbell deadlifts, your dumbbell hang power cleans, as well as your dumbbell front squats. We did 9, 6, 3. So all we're doing is increasing that rep number. 12, 9, 6, and then 30 double unders or 60 single unders. Again, you have 5 rounds, so if you need to take a break in here, take it and get right back into it. All right, so let me set this down, and I'll kind of tell you the best place to take a break. If you're going to take one, especially if you're using a bar like me, or have those heavy dumbbells. So you have 12 deadlifts. If you need to take a break between the deadlifts and your hang power cleans, stop on the last deadlift. So do 11 deadlifts, put your bar down, because you're going to have to pick the bar right back up to do a hang power clean. So that can count as your 12th one. So on each of those movements, if you need to take a break, take it on before the very last rep of that movement, because the next movement's going to be using that one to get into it. So for those front squats, you have to come to that hang power clean to get that front squat. So do 8 power cleans, and then that 9th one, you'll do 8, set it down, rest, pick it up, go for your 9th hang power clean. That puts you in place for a front squat, and this still counts as your 9th. So if you put it down after doing 9 and put it down, you have to do another hang power clean to get back up to the front squat. So technically you did 10. So I'm just saying you can kind of strategize if you want to. It's always fun kind of thinking of ways how you can work the system and do less work. Anyways, all right, so we've got 5 rounds. Your 12 deadlifts, 9 hang power cleans, 6 front squats, and then your 30 double unders. So make sure you have some space around you to do your double unders or your single unders. And of course, if you want, you can sub it for really a minute of any kind of cardio. All right, so let me get my clock ready. I'm thinking this will probably take, I don't know, around maybe 15 minutes or so. My guess, I think about that though. All right, so I have a countdown. Let me put my music on. Turn your radio up. All right, are you ready to go? Starting in 10 seconds. Starting with those deadlifts. 3, 2, 1. All right. Sometimes I'm on, sometimes I'm not. All right, back into your next round. stay on my last rep before we get into those front squats. All right, 2 down. All right, 2 more rounds. Well, half my jump rope, 2 more rounds. Sweaty hands. Last round. Just shy of 9 minutes in. Grip strength. Time. All right, give me a thumbs up when you're done. You're at 11 minutes, 10 seconds right now. My time is 10:56. All right, come on, ladies. There you go. Allie's done. Good job, Allie. And remember, this is not a competition to see who's fastest against each other. Good job, Lacey. It's about just pushing it to what your own level is at. Write this one down. Do it again in a month or two and see if you beat that time using that same weight. Or maybe you just go heavier in weight and monitor it that way. But good job. Catch your breath. Let the heart rate come down. All right, you're right at 12 minutes and 20 seconds. If anyone is still going, if you haven't downloaded that Trifecta app, please do it today. That way, again, you can use your own clock. That way you don't have to even start when I started. If you have to take a pause or whatever, you're more in control of your workout than I am. So be your own boss. All right, 10 seconds, you're gonna be right at 13 minutes. So you're gonna write this one down. You're at 13 minutes even right now. So clean off your equipment, put it up, stretch out a little bit. Take the time to stretch before you go back to all your regular activities today. When you start really using those muscles, contracting them, it's important to lengthen them as well. It helps in our healing process of our muscles. It's going to help them to heal quicker and come back stronger. It's also going to prevent quite as much soreness from happening. So always take the time to cool off and stretch at the end. So dynamic stretching in the beginning static stretching at the end. You don't want to stretch too much before you work out, again, other than dynamic stretching, just because stretching, lengthening your muscles tends to weaken them. You don't want to be lifting heavy deadlifts or anything with weakened muscles. So save the static stretching towards the end. But good work. Thanks for coming and joining me. And tomorrow we're having Inferno. So plan to be there. If not, you can catch it later on YouTube or on Instagram in my saved files. But have a great day. I'll talk to y'all later. And take care of yourselves and your family. Bye.